Morning news now as the war in Ukraine moves into its sixth day. The country's delegates held talks with Russia, but there was no discernible progress. With attacks continuing in Kyiv and other cities, satellite images show a massive Russian convoy about 17 miles from Kyiv that may stretch for 40 miles. A defense official says forces may attempt to circle the capital city within days. Russian President Vladimir Putin again warned that nuclear forces are on high alert. The United Nations General Assembly is also holding an emergency special session, the first in 40 years. President Biden will deliver his first State of the Union address tonight. He's expected to talk about the war in Ukraine, rising prices, and the recovery from the pandemic. You can watch full coverage of the address right here on WKBT starting at 7 p.m. Mardi Gras is in full swing in New Orleans on this Fat Tuesday. We just talked about this, but following last year's cancellations of the parades because of the coronavirus, there are some changes because of COVID this year. Parade routes are shorter, and most are following the same path.
And as you head out the door this morning, get ready for another mild day. 46 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and light north-northwest winds at 5 to 10.
A Rochester man charged with setting fire to a St. Paul's school and 2 stores pleaded guilty to arson. 35-year-old Jose Felon Jr. set those fires during the unrest that followed the death of George Floyd. He's pleaded guilty to arson. He then fled to Mexico with his wife after being charged. Felon Jr. entered the plea in federal court in connection with the fire set on May 28th of 2020. Sentencing has not been set. The start of a new year has not shown an improvement to the rash of traffic deaths in Wisconsin since the start of the COVID pandemic. Preliminary state data shows that as of last Sunday, 65 people died in crashes this year. By comparison, there were 54 deaths at the same time in 2021. Last year's total of 601 traffic deaths was tied for the state's highest yearly death toll in 14 years.
And a heads up for trail users in La Crosse, the gym asked for trail between Copeland Avenue and Lang Drive will be closed for utility work today and tomorrow. The paved Vietnam Veterans Trail will remain open during the closure.
As you head out the door this morning, looking at temperatures into the 30s under partly cloudy skies, and then we should be clearing out just a bit by noon. 45 high temperature, though, reaching about 46 degrees.
Don't forget, you can keep up with the news of the day on News8000.com, and we'll have the latest updates to today's top stories on News 8 now at noon. We're sending you to CBS Mornings. Have a great day.